this went viral over the last couple days as there's this new game that's on the way called Take Us North. And this was announced at Gamescom over in Germany. And there's a nice little tweet out from Women Led Games over here. It says Take Us North is a narrative adventure survival game that follows the journeys of migrant and asylum seekers on their way to cross the U.S.-Mexico border. And their Kickstarter is now, well, this was live. It's no longer live here. We'll get to their Kickstarter here in just a second. This was quite interesting. I have the trailer here. Do you guys want to see the trailer of this game? I'm sure you guys are ready for this. Cam, have you heard about Take Us North, the migrant game?
Yeah, so I had a big, long segment about this on my show yesterday. So, yeah.
Okay, so you're quite familiar. Well, this has caught a lot of people off guard, as the term migrant is used a little generously, I would say.
And they forget to put that word illegal at the beginning every time.
Bingo! Right. So what happened yesterday was this was signaled on Asmongold's stream, and Asmongold saw it and was like, well, holy shit, I got to talk about this. This is brilliant. By the way, look at the bad cops. By the way, you can just see the visualization here, right? These people they're just trying to flee for their lives, and look at all this stuff. Anyways, so they went in and Asmongold reacted to it, which kind of put it on the radar for a lot of folks. You can kind of see the visualization here. But there's a blog post from Microsoft, who is the, I guess, the publisher of this whole thing, from Miguel Lopez, Microsoft game dev contributing editor over here. And they kind of give you the rundown of this program that they have over here, where they're all about the Developer Acceleration Program seeks to support developers who are led from the Black, Indigenous, Latino, and LGBTQIA plus communities, women, developers with disabilities, developers from emerging markets, or teams with unique perspectives, and several other communities by removing long-standing barriers to entry for creators and normalizing diverse storylines and characters in gaming. So that's how we get games like Take Us North, the illegal migrant game here. Go ahead. Yes, Smash. You were going to say?
That's insane. You know what's insane to me?
What's that?
It's the fact that they're like, okay, we want to focus on, and look, there's nothing wrong with people that find themselves in, like, you know, a minority group wanting to get into gaming. And there's nothing wrong with them trying to take advantage of a program that will allow them to do so. You best believe if there's a white guy program, my ass will be there. Hell yeah, I am that guy.
Cody, it's been a white guy program forever.
Hell yeah. No, but still, I'm saying if there's a program, I'm going to take advantage of it. But God, imagine being that person who's like, okay, I'm Hispanic, right? You know, I'm a Hispanic Smash. And they're like, yes, you are. I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a game. They're like, okay, what is it going to be? Like superheroes, fucking soccer? What are you thinking? I'm like, I'm thinking my game's going to be about sneaking over the fucking border illegally. And they're like, yeah, greenlit. Like who does that's like making, now to be fair, Smash, actually, I don't want to fuck around with this, but I was about to say that's like making like a thief simulator for like inner city Chicago kids. And I'm like, they already have done that.
They're doing that right now.
They literally are.
One of those games they're making. I can't remember what it's called, but
it's called Loot or Glooty, or what is it called?
Reloaded.
Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
And these are all the same type of thing where, and I had someone ask me, not just in the stream last night, but also in a reply on the tweet when I was talking about this, with the whole, they're trying to get me in a gotcha, where they're like, oh, you're fine with Grand Theft Auto with breaking and stealing cars, so what's the difference? I'm like, you fucking idiot. It's not about what the gameplay is fun, enjoyable. This is straight up propaganda and indoctrination and trying to teach people, oh, you don't understand their perspective, so that we can maybe indoctrinate you so that you see it from a different perspective and become one of us. Communistic propaganda. Be one of us. Be more like this. Understand what these people have to go through. The challenges and struggles. The trials and tribulations. Get the fuck out of here.
Imagine,
I don't want this.
Imagine for a moment if they were developing Grand Theft Auto and you pulled up an actual press release from the Rockstar and you're reading it, and the press release is like, we truly believe in teaching and enlightening people on how to assault women and on how to steal vehicles and to get people more aligned with this way of life. And they were being serious. That would be fucked.
And these protagonists are misunderstood. And you need to understand that they have been born into a world where they didn't get a car. So they need to learn how to get a car their own way.
Yeah. No, like, and that's the thing is when you read so I watched the whole video of her press release. They didn't even show gameplay in the entire place.
Yep.
It was all about like showing real pictures of real people.
Yep.
It's like
propaganda.
And it was like our entire goal is to force people to understand and to grow empathy. It's like literally propaganda. Like they're admitting openly. Our goal is to force you and to hold you hostage by your own empathy and to make you change your political views overnight. And they use the word migrant because, like you said last night on your show, I think they don't believe it's illegal. Therefore, they don't use the word illegal.
Right.
You know,
they purposefully avoid using that word. And I even said this back when Dustborn was a thing, when that first happened. That was a concerning I'm sure there were ones before it too, but the biggest spotlight on the slippery slope of games start going down this direction. It's clear indoctrination of the youth that they're trying to get to people and see it from a perspective that maybe the government is bad. Maybe you need to revolt against your government. Maybe you need to start thinking from a different perspective. And it's like, this is fucked up. And then we get companies like, I don't know, Microsoft and ID at Xbox publishing or sponsoring, financially backing this game. That is not just shameful. That's fucking abhorrent. They need to be publicly shamed for even being a part of this. That's embarrassing.
I just picture money in a dryer.
Yep.
Sure.
Oh, 100%.
You're just getting tumbled up in a dryer, washed out.
Craig hasn't even gotten to the Kickstarter yet, which I'm sure.
No, haven't. But I do want to talk about the company that's developing this. It's a company called Anima Interactive. And this is what they say, Blabs, here. Tell us about Anima Interactive. Anima Interactive is a socially conscious indie game studio that blends art and technology to drive positive cultural impact. Have you ever heard of this company before, Blabs?
I have not.
That's right, because this is their first game.
That's not surprising.
And they have
logo missing.
Yes, logo missing here.
I love their website. It's really good.
Mm-hmm. Well, this isn't their website, but this is just their game setup. But you can see.
Do they have is that website that we were looking at before? Is that their website?
They do have an official website. We haven't looked at it yet because I was showing it last
Yeah,
time.
I'm gonna look at it right now.
Their website is actually not terrible for it makes me wonder how much money they poured into it.
Yeah.
But Craig, I'm sure we're going to get to this too, but did you also notice that after I tagged this Anima, what the fuck's it called? Anima, the company Anima Interactive. Shortly after my tweet tagging Jeff Keighley about making the video private, they deleted their X account.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that in just a minute. Yeah, because I do think it's important to kind of lay the groundwork here to kind of talk about the initial reaction to this. This was Asmongold yesterday checking this out for the first time, and I think this is why Asmongold works, because he says what everybody else is thinking.
Mm-hmm.
At Gamescom, they're currently showcasing a game about illegally crossing into the USA and processing the trauma from being a minority with real audio clips from real illegals. I have to see this. I have to see it. I want to watch it. This is content. Wait a minute. Okay, we might have something here. Let's get it.
As my pronouns are she, her, and
shit!
I like that. We need that as a soundboard. Oh shit!
I said last night on my stream, I'm like, this is gonna go down into history in the pantheons of just clips from YouTubers. That shit, that's gonna just be used like the as with the pronouns, like shit.
Pronouns are she, her, and
shit!
I love it.
You can feel his pain.
Yep,
that's just fatigue, bro.
It is.
Like,
I just got
trying to
triggered.
be funny.
Yeah, I don't think he's trying to be funny at all at that point, right?
It's just an authentic raw reaction.
So he starts reacting to this, and the company's like, So they actually deactivated their Twitter account. This is you mentioned this after your tweet, Smash. We'll get to your tweet here in just a second. But Asmongold had a nice little take on this. Says the company behind Take Us North deactivated their Twitter account after Asmongold dropped a reaction video to the game about migrants and asylum seekers, to which Asmongold responded, "You could say they self-deported," which is
Which, by the way, Elon Musk responded to him there.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, is Microsoft really funding this company? He says, "I'm not actually sure," which I don't think we know that for sure, but I don't think
it is funded by ID at Xbox. I don't know how much is funded, but it is being funded somewhere. There is a percentage from Microsoft going to it.
I mean, there's literally a quote from the director of developer acceleration, Microsoft Xbox, on the Anima website.
Mm-hmm. And what does the quote say?
All right, and I can just share it so you guys can look at it
Please.
too. Hang on, here we go. I just really want to point out one thing before I read this quote that I think is actually really smart down here. Join the movement.
Oh, of course.
That's pretty smart. Very smart wording. Anyway, so here's the quote. It says, Anima Interactive Projects Takes Us North exemplifies the potential of creating opportunities for diverse, talented teams to share their visions. The ID at Xbox Developer Acceleration Program is honored to partner with Anima Interactive as they shine a light on perspectives that are rarely explored in gaming.
Great.
Their entire website, by the way, is just this. This is their website.
Well, they have received funding, and a big portion of this was actually from Kickstarter, and the Kickstarter that they have, they were looking to raise $30,000 for the game, and they have 575 backers, and they have raised $55,000 here, blowing past their goal of 30. Like, I got to be honest,
That's high for 575 backers.
All I know is my book still beat that. So they can eat my ass.
Let's go. Hey, get fucked. But I thought I was looking through this and I just found a couple interesting things about this. And as a lot of people have pointed out about this Kickstarter, but as you scroll down, you see the different pledges that they have, the different rewards that they have available, stamped in solidarity. We're grateful for your support. Receive a custom Take Us North postcard and pin along with some digital wallpapers. Yeah. So 20 people there, right? And you kind of look at where people have backed. 186 people getting the digital copy on Steam. But you get to kind of some of these larger tiers. And all these tiers, you get something in return here. Something back. You get an embroidered quilt for $100 right there.
Embroidered by the illegals?
Right. You get a candle with special marking textile bracelet handcrafted by migrants. Like,
no way.
Yes,
the wax is from their tears of pain.
Are they paying taxes on their wages for this?
These are all good questions. Like, so they're literally, I don't know if they're hiring, like, are they paying them a livable wage,
right,
to make these things?
Like sweatshop or what?
$30 an hour? Like, there's so many questions here. The Pathfinder pack. Well, let's see. You get your name in the credits, right? So once again, all these things, you get something back for here until you get even here. All previous rewards plus a one-of-a-kind ukulele handcrafted with love by migrants.
One of a kind, 7 backers.
Right.
by random migrants. I just like
random migrant.
We're gonna find one. Hey, he can make a guitar for you.
Oh,
and then we have this one down here at the bottom, which I thought was the most amazing one here. So all these, you get something back. The Trailblazer pack. Receive the unique ukulele, handcrafted, blah, blah, blah. You get all these little things. You get this thing right here. Until you get here, they actually want to show you what they're doing. Special invitation to real-world research trip, or you can visit a migrant shelter.
You can pay $5,000 to sneak into the country.
You'll pay $5,000 to fly you to Mexico and then illegally sneak you into the country.
Like, now, to be fair, that's kind of based. That's pretty based. That's pretty funny. No, like, it's funny because, Craig, in my opinion, they could have done this. They could have made a legit game. They could have done all the guitar, all that bullshit, like on the Kickstarter, all of that, and just made it a legit game about, like a stealth game that's you're just happen to be sneaking into the country, and it could have flown under the radar. And if they made the game good, it could have been a decent game. Like they could have made it like a co-op game where you're sneaking around and avoiding like obstacles and stuff. But they could not help but just make it hyper propaganda and divisive.
Well, that was because it's not. I think you're looking at it from the wrong perspective. That was the point of it. That's why they did it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's wild. It's like completely on purpose.
And Craig, real quick,
yes.
Let me share my screen because this might blow your mind. I just asked ChatGPT, how much can an indie dev get from ID at Xbox? And it goes through total payouts, all this fun stuff, and the developer split and all that. Summary table: average payout per game in 2022, $830,000.
What?
Damn.
Are you serious?
Now, I'm going to assume that this is less than that, but this is average payout per game with ID at Xbox.
Yo, what the fuck? Like, why do you need $30,000 on a Kickstarter then, with all due respect?
Because it's money laundering. It's a grift. It's extracting money out of the industry to push propaganda.
Holy shit. Okay, let's just say it's half. Let's say it's a quarter of that.
Yep.
Right? Like
even a tenth of that.
Yes, that's ridiculous. Oh my God. Well, Arch, who's on our show frequently, says, would you like to play as a key figure in one of the largest human trafficking hubs in the world? Would you like to immerse yourself in an exploitation of women and children on a scale not seen since the Arab slave trade? Well, now you can, thanks to left-wing game developers. That's right. Congratulations over here. You mentioned this as well, Smash, the idea that for the number of backers here, 575. I think you saw
average. Divide that. Carry the one.
$110, something like that.
Yeah, Savvy points out, says 556 backers, average of $100 per backer. A writer from Dustborn is in this. I didn't think this would actually go anywhere, but seeing people talk about it today, for some reason, here's some breakdowns. The math doesn't math. So a decent chunk of money came from don't need a reward and just gave money. I don't know why these people thought a good use of money was to go to Gamescom too. Then again, this isn't about games. It's about propaganda and trying to get an infinite money glitch in entertainment / government money.
Who paid for the flight to Germany for this developer? How much was spent on the flight there? How much was spent on the hotels? Who's paying for that? The food, the beverages, the parties, everything they're doing, the stage time, the passes to Gamescom, everything. I mean, that has got to cost a lot of money. And you consider they did all that, right? They go on stage, post a hour-long, very unprofessional presentation, pushing propaganda, not even caring about their game. And then the second someone shines light on it, they're like, oh, private, gone. Like, what the fuck was the point of all that?
Well, seeing as you just said private, okay, I went to the website, right? And they have their Instagram linked into their website. However, this account is private.
Yep.
Yeah,
They've also done that too.
Yep.
They
They
privated
privated
everything
that yesterday, and they closed their X account yesterday.
You had a pretty good thread here where you just kind of went down the line and kind of hit everything on this Smash. Asking Jeff, why did you make the Gamescom Congress video private? Right? Like, if you're so proud of this,
Yeah, what do you have to hide? If you go there, you spend all this money. Why would you private this? And like, legitimately, I was so I love saying the word flabbergasted, so I'll go with it. I was so flabbergasted with this being privated that when I tagged Jeff Keighley, I was like genuinely like hoping for a response. Like, why did you? Was there a reason that I'm not thinking of? Because what the fuck, bro? Like, this is gold content that you just took down. And it's almost like a self-tell that you guys know how bad this is, how bad it makes you look, and how embarrassing it is. And I said this on my stream last night too. They could turn this around and be like, we did not know that this is what the presentation was going to be about. We apologize to all the gamers out there. Our intention is not to push propaganda. We want to make great video games for the gamers out there. And we privated this video because that's not in line with our expectations of Gamescom. I'd be like, based, cool.
That would be cool, but it's not going to happen.
But we know that exactly. We know that's not what's happening or why they did it. They did it because they're afraid of people seeing the truth. And I know it's like tinfoil hat, but it's like, no, this is right out in the open. And thank God Asmongold covered it, because if it was a smaller creator, they would have taken that video down instantly. They would have sent a strike against the channel, silenced them. Nobody would have ever heard of it, and they would have just fallen off the map with it. But since it was Asmongold, they can't, because they know that would explode. The Barbara Streisand would make this thing 100 times bigger.
Well, let's and you're 100% right in all that, right? But let's actually dig a little bit deeper here, because this was pointed out by Master TDS, who's been doing some great work. And while some
we
people
didn't even get to the wings stuff.
Yeah, so talk about the wings thing, because a lot of people have heard of Sweet Baby Inc., but there's also the wings side of it, and Master TDS is connecting the dots between how this really all comes back together.
Yeah, Wings Interactive is a organization that funds typically indie studios, typically women or minority led game studios. And Kim Belair of Sweet Baby Inc. was a board member of Wings. And we have information from Master TDS that potentially shows Wings being listed as the same location as what's the game company? Was it Avalanche Games? I think something like that. At the same exact location, and with the same owner and stuff. They're running out of the same office. And it was like a shell organization funding itself, and then putting the money back into their own games, and then using their friends in the industry to share the money that they were grifting from other sources, allegedly governmental funding or charities and stuff like that, and then just paying their friends in the industry with the money, like hardcore straight up money laundering, allegedly, with Wings. And being associated with Wings is a terrible look. Being associated with the World Economic Forum, I think that goes without saying. What a terrible look that is.
What a mess. And
this person also,
you said also with Visa.
worked at Visa for 3 years. And I'm doing the research on this yesterday. I came across that. I'm like, I just stopped at my tracks. I'm like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm like, we got Sweet Baby Inc. connections, Visa connections, World Economic Forum, Wings Interactive, Microsoft, the UN is connected as well. Like, everything is all connected to this Kayla girl and this studio putting Take Us North together.
Well, so who's this Kayla girl? Like, who is she?
Or Carla, sorry, not Kayla.
Sorry.
No, I got it wrong. She was a former production manager at Niantic and Square Enix, and pushing DEI heavily. And Savvy covered some tweets on how she was in 2022 pushing heavy DEI. Oh, hit me up if you need to get into the industry and you fit the DEI check boxes. I can be your avenue to get you there. Like, publicly tweeting this. Like, this is who this person is.
Wow.
And by the way, another thing. She also was, before DEI was the latest craze, the previous grift was blockchain. So she was trying to sell blockchain before DEI was big, which goes to show, by the way, that these people don't give a shit about gaming. They don't give a shit about standing for the gamers or making a great game. They care about what the latest grift is and where they can make the most money extracting out of these corporations from it. And at the end of the day, that's really all it boils down to.
Game Dev Heroes finalist, Carla Reyes.
Yep.
Nima Interactive right there.
And she is intricately connected to very powerful people.
This is terrifying to me, because there's obviously something going on that we have an idea of, but we don't really know how it's sprinkling down.
Mm-hmm.
The exact same thing is happening with Crackle Barrel right now. So people don't everybody's been watching the logo change, the rebrand, the statements, the CEO. We've all been watching it, right? But there's a guy on the executive team, okay, and his name is Gilbert Davila. Gilbert Davila is the head of DEI and on the executive team at Cracker Barrel. Where was he before? He was at Disney as the head of DEI right before Disney basically nosedived. So he was arguably the person that has killed Disney's dead, in my opinion, as a result of this. So he was the head of DEI. He started at a DEI firm, became a gajillionaire because there was so much money in it, right? And then he starts working at Cracker Barrel, becomes the largest shareholder at Cracker Barrel, and then basically right when he starts at Cracker Barrel, all this DEI stuff starts being injected into Cracker Barrel and destroying it from the inside out. It's almost as if, like you said, Smash, it's all intricately connected. Mm-hmm. All these people are coming in from DEI backgrounds and single-handedly destroying every aspect of culture in the West. Like
almost as if
engineered.
Almost as if they're getting paid by somebody specifically, not worrying if they tank a stock or destroy a company because they're making their money somewhere else. And 5-10 years ago, people would be like, all right, put this guy in the loony bin. Where's his tinfoil hat? He's crazy. Now it's like, it's Tuesday. Like,
when you see a corporation, if you see some kind of drama online about a corporation doing something, and it's a bad thing, like it's a negative thing being seen in that kind of lens, just look at the people involved, and every single time the past 10 years in DEI blah, 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 connected to WF, the UN. It's all connected. It's always connected.
And Mercenary, I'm seeing Mercenary. He's absolutely right. All this stuff goes back to the World Economic Forum. The ties to Roblox, the ties to Microsoft, the ties to these indie devs. They've even come out and said it. Gamescom, GDC, plenty of conferences publicly available. You can even look it up. They say the quiet part out loud all the time of what their intention is, what they're trying to push out there to people. The audacity is impressive.
It's honestly, it's depressing to think that there's like this evil group. And by the way, they don't think they're evil.
No, they think they're righteous. They think they are the truth seekers and trying to push the good message of the communism or whatever.
It's like fucking Dr. Evil, man. It's really, really weird. It's crazy to think that there's this weird shadowy group on the back end trying to change cultures because they know what's better for you and than you do.
I would step back too and say that this is nothing new. Just the approach is different. This cabal, this evil group, as we will call them, have always, since the beginning of time, has always been there. They've just used different avenues to try to get to people. And right now, they've all realized, I'm sure they've done their studies, that gaming is the #1 entertainment medium. The youngest kids, the easiest way to get to them, to indoctrinate people. This is the best avenue to reach the masses at a global scale and change minds and opinions at an early age. So the video game industry is under attack constantly, presently, right now by these people. And they will not let up. They will try to make us sound like we're conspiracy theorists. It's like, it's fucking obvious. We're talking about it right now. We're showing all the information, showing all the proof. And that's why they hate us for it. That's why they try to make us out to be the bad guys. That's why some of us might be getting sued. That's why they want to try to silence people for speaking up.
It's sad. It's depressing. It's God, I wish we didn't live in that world. I guess that's the best way to say.
There is something to be said for ignorance is bliss, isn't there?
No, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Like the Matrix, you take the red pill or the was it the blue pill?
The blue pill, yeah. Take the blue pill, and yeah, for sure. Like
you can't go back once you take the pill.
You're 100% right, man. And like I was trying to explain to my wife the red pill, blue pill analogy because she's very blue pilled and she likes that way, and I'm kind of envious of her, you know. And I kind of want to be the guy.
Me and you share a lot of similarities, Craig.
I kind of want to go back and be the guy who just wants to have the burger, who's actually the bad guy in the Matrix. Like I kind of want to be that guy who's like, don't you just want to have a fucking steak and not even worry about all this bullshit? Yep. I'm like, yeah, kind of.
Yeah, dude, that's kind of like it's this thing where if I wasn't in this industry, if I didn't find myself in content creation somehow, that it was a complete accident, by the way. If I didn't find myself here, I'd probably be so relaxed right now.
Right.
I have to you have to peek behind, the curtain, and it sucks balls. And when you explain it to people, you sound like you're crazy.
Yep.
Unless you have somebody that is, I feel like, a little bit more intelligent. And not only that, and I'm not saying, people are unintelligent. I'm saying intelligent and open to hearing and thinking about things like that without actually having an overt experience in it. And so I can have a lot of conversations with people. I have friends that I'll be like, dude, did you hear about, listen to this shit. This is crazy. They're like, wow, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? But when you talk about it to talk about it to my mom or something, she would be like, she would think I was like a crazy, a conspiracy theorist. Whereas my dad would totally get it.
That's sweet, honey.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's sweet. Wow. That's crazy. Wow. So.
Are you tired of all the nonsense? Yeah, you are. Hit the subscribe button right here and join us.